This is Extra Paycheck Podcast, episode number 70.
You're listening to Extra Paycheck Podcast, where you will learn how to build and grow your own successful online business. Now, here's your host, Alex Soul.
Welcome to yet another episode of Extra Paycheck Podcast. This is episode number 70, and in today's episode, I would like to talk about the dark side of internet marketing. As you may know, internet marketing has gained quite a bad reputation over the years, and first of all, it's not the internet marketing in itself, because internet marketing could mean a lot of different things, but there's certain elements that could be classified as being part of internet marketing, and those elements and people involved in those elements, to be more precise, have kind of ruined it for everyone. A few bad apples, or should I say many bad apples, have done things that gave that bad reputation to internet marketing or online marketing, even digital marketing if you want. And this is what I'd like to talk about today, so you don't fall for those scams, you don't fall for those traps, and you don't follow the bad path to starting your online business and making money with that business. So let's begin. The very first one is quick money, making instant riches online. This one has been going on for a very, very long time. And this is how I lost quite a bit of money when I first started learning about online marketing in 2007. And I kind of understand why people fall for it. I've fallen for it many times, and people still fall for it. Although I see a lot less of this going on these days. Maybe people are getting wiser, or maybe it just doesn't work anymore. Maybe it's harder to do, but personally, I see it less and less. So what I'm talking about is some kind of programs or systems. Often they're called money-making system, or some secret Google cheat code, whatever it is, where you are usually charged a certain amount of money, from anywhere from like $7 up to thousands of dollars, to join this program, which will teach you how to make millions overnight, or make money really, really fast, make money by tomorrow, make money next week. And to be honest with you, that's pretty much a red flag from the get-go. If you see someone online promising you to make you rich fast and easily, it's a big red flag, and you just should not join that program. You should not spend your money on that. As I've mentioned before, there were a lot more of these promises and gimmicks and scams going around in, I guess, 2005, 2006, 2008, 2010 even. There was a lot of these programs. When I first started, I did waste my money on some of those. And this is how I came across affiliate marketing eventually. So it's kind of a good thing that I found what really works and what's honest and a real business. And I kind of stopped wasting my money on those scams. The big problem with those is that usually you can't even get a refund once you spend your money. And some of those companies, some of those programs would sell your personal information to other similar scams, which would hire really, really good salespeople. They would call you up or get in touch with you somehow and promise you yet another shiny object, another amazing program that will make you thousands of dollars by tomorrow. And if you're naive enough, or if you have no experience with online marketing, there is a chance you could fall for that. And online business is like basically any regular offline business. It takes time and effort to start making money, to start seeing some kind of income and progress. So it's not going to happen overnight. No matter what you promise, no matter who promises that to you, do not fall for it. And so those kind of people that were selling those programs, I think they were one of the first who created a really, really bad reputation for the whole internet marketing world. And once again, internet marketing, it's so diverse. There's so many things that are done online. So don't put all of the internet marketing to the same basket. There's a lot of amazing, great, white hat and honest things going on when it comes to internet marketing. So just be careful and look out for those red flags. Another one, also very similar to the first one, it's programs that promise to pay you once you pay them. Usually online surveys and stuff like that, online jobs of some kind that you pay $50 or $100 to become a member of a paid survey website, and they promise to deliver you paid surveys which will give you a lot more money in return. Usually they promise something like $2,000, $5,000, $10,000 a month. Some promise that a week. And to be honest with you, there is such a thing as paid surveys, and you can find them online. However, talking about red flags again, first red flag, a real paid survey program or website will not charge you to join. Those surveys are completely free to take. You don't need to be a member of anything. Second of all, if you do find paid surveys to fill out or to answer, usually they take a lot of time to do, a lot of work, and they pay out very, very little money. I've tried some of those which I came across through someone I knew, and usually you would make something like $2, $3, $4, $5 per hour filling out the survey. So this is very, very low income, and in my opinion, it does not deserve my time or your time, because you could be putting those hours into building your actual real online business, which in the long term will be making a lot more money, and if done properly, it will be more of a real business where you don't have to spend a lot of time in it, where business works for you regardless if you are there or not, or how much time you spend there. While you're doing things like paid surveys, you are basically getting yourself into a job, and a very, very low paid job at that. So here you go, another thing. If you're offered to fill out surveys in return for reimbursement to be paid for those surveys, do not pay those websites to join them. Another thing that I've noticed, because I have joined a few of those websites in order to write a proper review and to figure out how they work, many of them will offer some service to you, but never anything close to what they promise. They might offer like a few surveys per week, each one paying only a few dollars. So in the end of the month, you could make maybe $20, $30. You will never make what they promise, thousands and thousands of dollars every week or every month. You will not be earning that. That is for sure. So not a good thing. That's another big red flag. If you are asked to pay in order to get a job, that's probably a scam, and you should just run away from that. All right, let's move to another one, and that's called pyramid schemes, MLMs. And don't get me wrong, there are some MLMs that are actually legit, but most MLMs, which are now very, very big online, they can't really make you rich. They will not help you make a lot of money, because MLM, which stands for multi-level marketing, often referred to as networking marketing, is where you sell products of a certain company and then you get commission on those products. Very similar to affiliate marketing, right? However, a big difference with most MLMs is that, first of all, those are not known products. So you're trying to push products at the same price or higher price than known products. And it doesn't have to be products, it could be services such as home phone service or internet service. So imagine you are trying to push an unknown company or unknown service to people that you know, usually that's the whole point, for more money than known service costs, like Bell or Verizon or Virgin, whatever that is. So it's really, really hard to sell those services. It's really, really hard to sell those products. And many of these MLMs, they don't really care for products. Their main goal is to have you recruit people into that MLM, which eventually turns out to be a pyramid scheme, because you're getting paid on many levels, 3, 5, 7 levels deep. So the more people are brought into that MLM, the more money you're making. And how you're making money is because it costs money to join those programs. So usually you aren't learning anything, you aren't really learning any skills or marketing, you're just learning that you need to bring more people into it so you make more money. And most MLM companies, if you look at their income disclaimers or their actual proof of income, you'll see that the number, I think, is over 90%. So around 90%, that's 9 people out of 10 will lose money with MLM. they will not make any money, or if they do make a little bit of money, it will still be a lot less than they're actually spending in order to be a member of that MLM company. So once again, I mentioned that there are probably some legit MLM companies, but I will never get involved with them, and I recommend that people do not get involved with them either. If you look at history of MLMs, there are a lot of them that are eventually getting shut down by FTC, or they go quote unquote bankrupt, so they don't pay out their distributors, as they're called, so people who are actually working for them. And I just find this whole MLM thing very shady in general. I don't encourage it. In fact, I discourage it highly. So I tell people, do not join MLM, build your own business, a real business, when you're working with real products and stuff that people already know. For instance, in affiliate marketing, you could be promoting Sony television sets and anything for sale at Walmart, or anything that you could find for sale on Amazon. You're working with real products, real brands that people know and people buy anyway. So in my opinion, it makes it a lot easier to sell the products that everybody knows and everybody's already looking for. So yeah, that's another thing. That's MLM has given a lot of bad rap to online marketing as well. And let's move to another one. This is very kind of similar to number one, making quick money. This is when you're offered some kind of magic systems and shortcuts to advance your existing online business. And this could be services that sell backlinks, because they promise that their backlinks will give you a boost in search engine rankings and your site will get more visibility and stuff like that. So all of those services that offer amazing shortcuts and they promise that they found some loophole or some magic system that nobody knows about, those services are usually bad. And even if they are good, they're only good for a very short period of time, because they eventually get detected by Google and other search engines, and websites using those get shut down. So back in 2008 or 9, I think, I've experimented with some of those linking services on some of my websites that I really didn't care about if they plummeted or not. And most of those websites, there was like 2 or 3 websites that I work with buying backlinks and using some kind of shortcuts to get better rankings and to get more traffic. Those things usually would come up a little bit and they would just go down so badly. Most of those websites got shut down or blacklisted by Google, and there isn't anything that I could have done to clean that up. So I lost those websites basically by paying for backlinks. Now, the same applies for buying traffic, and I'm not talking about proper pay-per-click PPC marketing when you use Google AdWords or Facebook ads. I'm talking about traffic exchange websites and stuff like Fiverr gigs, where you are offered to get 10,000 visitors to your website for $5. All right. This, once again, could sound very, very interesting to inexperienced online marketers, to someone who's just starting their website, their blog, their online business, and they don't really understand the whole concept of it all. So it might sound very enticing. Only for $5, I could get 1,000 or 10,000 visitors to my website. That's awesome. I'm going to make a whole bunch of money. That's another scam, because you will not make a single penny. What happens is that they're either automated hits, which means that there's software that kind of refreshes your page and your website counts them as unique visitors. So that's like a bot, right? The bot will not buy anything from your website. Now there's another thing called traffic exchange, which is very, very similar to that. Basically what happens is that you either join the traffic exchange and you have to visit other people's pages, or you could often pay $5, $10, $20 for a certain number of people who will visit your page. So imagine that. Imagine you signed up to such a service and you are given credits for every website that you visit. Basically, you just have to go into one website, and then they're serving like a whole bunch of different websites to you, and you just have to look at them for 2 seconds, and you could click next, and you get another website in front of you, and then you click next, and you have another website in front of you, and you earn credits. Then the more credits you earn, those credits you could use them so other people do the same. So your website gets put into that whole list of other websites that people are looking at. So in the end, you are like, you end up with thousands and thousands of people who are just clicking next while looking at each other's websites for 2 seconds. Those people are not interested in buying anything. They don't care what your website or your blog or your business is about. All they want is to earn more credits so more people see their website. But in the end, you're a whole bunch of people just trying to earn those credits and trying to get more hits to your website, but those hits do not count for anything. They're completely useless. They do not come from people who are interested in what you're selling. So traffic exchange, it's a big no. It's a waste of time, a waste of money as well. Stay away from those. And these kind of traffic exchanges, these kind of link selling websites and services, they have also put a bad name to internet marketing. There's another thing called black hat marketing, a very popular term, or at least it was a few years ago. Black hat marketing basically means that you're trying to do something unethical or sometimes even illegal to get your website ranking well, or to get a lot of people to your website, or maybe even scamming people through the website. And the black hat community, unfortunately, is pretty big. And they have done very bad things to websites and to the whole internet marketing as well. And I think that was one of the biggest hits to the reputation of internet marketing. And those guys have kind of destroyed it all. And try to stay away from the black hat stuff. And to be honest with you, I do visit black hat forums from time to time to kind of see what's going on now, what they're doing. And every time I see a new strategy of some sort that people swear by, and they say that they spent they earned a whole bunch of money using the strategy, I already see it falling down. I imagine that it will not last long. And every single time, that's exactly what happens. So some people put in a lot of effort to set up some elaborate loophole system that helps them make a few $100s, sometimes even a few $1,000s. And they spend like a month or 2 months or 3 months working on that. They make a little bit of money, and then they get shut down for whatever reason, either by their hosting company, either by they get blacklisted from search engines, or they get blacklisted from PPC platforms. So in the end, they put in all that effort, months and months of effort, and they lose it all in the end. Well, while making a few $100 or a few $1,000 if they are lucky. And if they're really, really lucky. That's my point. I would rather spend the 3 months time working for my real business and not try to find some shortcuts and some magic systems that might help me make some money right now. And that's one of the big things that attracts new people to those kind of things like black hat marketing and quick money things. We are wired to seek instant gratification. We want results instantly. We don't want to wait for our business to make money. We want that money right now, which is, in my opinion, was kind of made or imposed on us by the society, by the jobs that we have. Because when you have a real job, a normal 9-to-5 job, right? Every hour you spend at the job, you are getting rewarded for that hour. You're getting paid for it. And you still have to wait a week or sometimes 2 weeks, depends on the company, to get your paycheck. But you know that those hours are not wasted in a way, right? That you will get paid for every single hour spent. While when you're building your business, you cannot really count it that way, because the very first beginnings of your business, and it could last as long as a few months for some websites, you will not make any money. The good thing is, in my opinion, that eventually it kind of snowballs and you start making really, really good money, which actually will be a lot more if you divide per hour. You will make a lot more per hour than if you had a real job. But that's totally a different story. And my point was, once again, that we want instant results. We don't want to kind of invest months of our time and not see any income, even though if we know that the income will come eventually, but it will take more time. We don't want that. We want instant results. We want instant cash. We want quick money, quick earnings. And this is why these kind of shortcut black hat marketing programs are still working. They still exist, and people still fall for them because people want instant results. So that's one of my biggest suggestions, I guess, for this episode. Don't seek instant results. Don't seek shortcuts. Don't fall for pyramid schemes or get rich quick schemes. Start working in your business and get ready to be patient, get ready to put in the effort, get ready to put in the time, and you will see the results eventually. And the more time you spend working on that, the more systems you will figure out for yourself, because you will figure out how to be more productive, how to spend less time on certain tasks. And once you start making money, you will be able to outsource certain tasks and actually hire people locally or from abroad that will help you run your business smoother, that will help you make things happen faster, and that will help you make your business and yourself a lot more productive. So that's it for today's episode. Stay safe, watch out for those red flags, and be patient when building your own online business. Thank you for tuning in once again. You could head over to extrapaycheck.com/70 for show notes for this episode. You could also subscribe to the show through iTunes. Just go to extrapodcast.com/iTunes or search for Extra Paycheck Podcast in your iTunes store. You could also leave a rating and a review, which will help tremendously, and I'll talk to you next Monday.